a 788 FICO score. This is on Experian. Now, their credit score wasn't always like this. On May 15th, their FICO score increased by 89 points. The dispute results came in, the items were deleted, and then the very next day, they got an 89-point FICO score increase. There were some accounts that were removed from the credit report. You got Capital One right here, Discover Bank, as well as another Capital One. As you can see, date generated May 14th. This is showing you the after, but let's look at before. So again, this is a Capital One credit card. This credit card actually has some age to it, 2008. Unfortunately, once these accounts have negative information on it, it really is hard to keep the account. Otherwise, you'd have to wait 7 years for the negative payment information to be removed. Back in 2022, this account started to have late. So at a 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, and then it was charged off. So CO stands for charge off. So if you look 7 years from 2022, that's almost until 2030, let's say 2029, right? Right here it says August 2029. So that's how long this negative account would be reporting on their credit report. And of course, there's a ton of things that you would have to do as far as your credit within that time period. So that could prevent you from purchasing a home, buying a car, getting approved for SBA loan. So it's important that you address these derogatory credit issues on your credit report. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that you paid off the debt for less than the original amount. Just because you pay it does not mean that it comes off your credit report and that it does not affect your credit. So again, I encourage you to pay off your debt, but just because you pay it after it's already past due does not automatically fix your credit, because it's still going to be reporting as a derogatory account. Now, looking at some of the other accounts, we have a Discover. This was also deleted after, but let's look at the before. Again, a Discover credit card. This had $9,138. So this had negative payment information. It seems like around the end of 2022, this is when the account started to go delinquent. And of course, things happen. You know, people might face hard times temporarily, and this could happen. It doesn't have to linger on your credit report forever. Again, we were able to get this account removed off their credit report. And as y'all know, this client now has a 788. And again, this had $14,684 written off. So they did settle the debt, but what they didn't know is that the creditor does not automatically update the payment history. So even if you pay it off, it's not going to help your credit. Yes, it will resolve the debt. When you settle your debt for less than the original, the difference is now taxable income. It's a 1099-C. I'm familiar with this because back in the day, this actually happened with me where I settled the debt for less than the original amount. And whatever that difference was, actually, it was added to my taxable income. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. But I did just want to give you guys an example. We were able to get this client's credit clean, totally fixed, and now they're sitting at a 788. Now, you know, I always got to show you our receipt. So I want to show you their exact journey since working with us. So right here, what we'll look at is the FICO score tracker. This will basically tell us where their credit was. Despite having these derogatories, they were in the high 600s, and this is where their credit score was for a while. But there's a big difference between a 682 and a 788. Obviously, you want to be over that 800 mark, but even at a 788, there's a ton that you can do. Now, if you've been waiting around to get your credit restored, now is the perfect time because we have the Memorial Day special. So from now until next week, we have discounted rates on the #1 credit restoration company in the United States. And another thing I want to throw out is that we now have in-house financing. So if you don't have the total amount, that's okay. You can get financed through our third-party payment processors. So you do not have to have the entire amount to get started on getting your credit restored. So that's an absolute game changer. If anyone needs to talk to a representative or you want to schedule a consultation where we can review your credit report, identify the items that need to be removed, and come up with a strategy to rectify your financial reputation, I've dropped links in the description of the video. You can also call our 800 number. That's all for today. Until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.